Hey, synth drones. Today we're going to be talking about overpriced synthesizers. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I talk about synthesizers. It's my vlog, and I appreciate every one of you being here. So if you like being here, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my synth adventures. So talking about overpriced synthesizers on the market today, stuff that you can still buy. Looking at one of them right here, and the other synthesizers I'll be talking about that I think are overpriced, I don't own. But this is one I do. This is the Yamaha Montage. I think it's overpriced. I think you could shave off $700, maybe even $1,000, and still get a worthwhile machine. When I'm talking about overpriced synthesizers, I want you guys to understand that some of these things cost the price of a good used car, right? And they don't get you to work and back to pay for it, right? It's expensive when you look at some of these things and they're built in plastic, okay? And they're charging upwards to $3+ grand for some of these synthesizers, right? Now, I was really lucky. I actually got this Montage for about $2,000 even, brand spanking new, through a dealer. And I guess they were clearing out, I don't know, but it was brand new. It wasn't a B stock. It wasn't a repair. Got a great deal. I don't know how they did it, but they did it for me. So awesome. I think that was a fair price, for what I'm getting here. Other synthesizers, however, I think are way overpriced. The Waldorf Quantum, I haven't heard anything so special about this synthesizer that would tell me I want to dish out $4,000+ for it. I think it's just way overpriced. Just way overpriced. Then there is the Model Electronic line, Model Electronics. They have some machines. In particular, I want to talk about the 002 and the 008. The 08 for an analog machine, it sounds wonderful, okay? So does the 002 for a VA. However, I'm not shelling out $4,000 to $5,000 for these keyboards. And I think there's going to be a lot of buyer's regret. Now, please understand, I'm not taking anything away from these boards, okay? They're fantastic sounding boards. But I am not paying that kind of money when I know that there are a lot cheaper alternatives that sound as good or even better. And I can use my money, utilize my money in a far better place. Right now, I have an OB6 and a P6, and they sound absolutely incredible. Anyone who's ever played with one of these machines, you guys know you can't take much away from those two machines, sound-wise, okay? Then you're looking at these Model Electronics, and from what I understand, you got to pay extra to get onboard effects with those. Now, I know why that's the case. It's because they're a smaller company, and they cannot obtain the parts that they need cheaply enough to make their synthesizers more affordable. In fact, I believe I read somewhere, and if someone knows this for sure, comment below, please, because you guys, you know what I'm talking about here. Some of you guys are really on this stuff. I believe that Model Electronics buys some or maybe all of their parts, I'm not sure what it is, for their synthesizers from Moog. So, and Moog is expensive to begin with, right? Moog is a very high-priced synthesizer, and I feel that some of their synthesizers are built. All of their synthesizers are built like tanks. Okay, you get good high-quality stuff. I don't think Moog is too overpriced, though. I don't want to go there, but they can be expensive machines. But you do get a lot of machine for what you're buying, and you get good high quality. And I'm not saying that about the other two that I mentioned. I have not seen the build quality of Waldorf's Quantum. But I don't care if this thing is built like a tank, and I don't care if the model electronics are built like a tank. This thing better have wheels on it and drive me around, because there's not enough innovation there to tell me that I need to shell out that kind of money. And I'm looking for innovation when I'm talking about these. Yes, there are some new things there, but not enough. You understand? I just want you guys to understand that I'm trying to be clear here, that I'm talking about value for the money, okay? I'm not trashing the synthesizers. I think these synthesizers are dream machines, and I would love to own what I'm mentioning to you here. I just don't feel compelled to buy these things. The John Bowen Solaris is another high-priced machine that doesn't do anything new or special to me or for me to make me want to dish out that kind of money for a brand new synth. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking, because, I keep up with you guys on here in the comments, and some of you are already thinking that's why you wait for the used market. But did you know that if you look around for a model electronics synthesizer, those things are still running up there to $3,000 to $4,000 in most cases. Most cases, okay? There are some exceptions. But then what are you getting when you find something that's way below the market value? You know what I'm saying? Can you trust it, right? I don't know enough about these companies to even justify spending that kind of money with them. Now, I do have another synthesizer over here that people seem to love to hate on at times, okay? This is the Sequential Prophet X. I just did a track, and I'm probably going to share it here on my channel once I get it released. I just did a track with this thing, and I'm going to tell you something. This synthesizer saved the day. I was looking for some leads that were unique, that were different, that were versatile, that was just kind of like seasoning over the top of my track. This thing came through. I'm going to tell you something. This thing cuts through a track. The filters on this baby, I don't know what they did, but this thing sits perfect in a mix. I love it. It was worth what I paid for it, and I even got a discount. I bought this brand new, and I got a discount on this one too. It was worth every penny. I'm not getting rid of my Prophet X. This thing does so much. It is the most flexible, most innovative synthesizer I've ever had in my studio that I've ever laid my fingers on, okay? I love this thing. And I would have paid the full price for this, knowing what I know now about it. This thing ain't going nowhere, guys. I'm keeping this synth. Now, you see this down here, this Virus C? This is a little beast. Whenever I plug this thing up, and it's always plugged up. Why did I say that? Whenever I fire this thing up, I am just blown away by the sound, the way it fits in a mix. You could pick these up for under $1,000. And I could be wrong, but it seems like the Model Electronics 002 is being compared to the Virus C. I would say more of a Virus TI. I haven't heard a lot from the Virus TI. I think from what I heard, though, it sounds different than a Virus C. I think this is a very unique machine. In my opinion, this is the best of the Access line of viruses, but that's not a fair judgment call because I haven't played any other ones, but I've only heard them. So I'm being honest with you guys. I don't know. Then the Quantum, I think, is trying to bring back these two keyboards right here, the Q and the Microwave. And if you marry these two together, you probably have a Quantum on steroid, or excuse me, you probably have these. Yeah, if you put these two together, you probably have a Quantum, and then it's beefed up with some steroids with some added features. I still don't think the Quantum is innovative enough, and the same thing with the Solaris. I think the Solaris is a remake of the two keyboards up there, the Q and the Microwave, with some exceptions. I mean, I'm not trying to say they're apples to apples. Okay, the whole point of this video is to just point out that some of the synthesizers that are coming out are way overpriced for the innovation that we're seeing in them. All right. Behringer, man, I'm saving my money for Behringer. Okay. They're going to be remaking some classics, and I know you can't get lightning in the bottle once it's out, and I know that you can't repeat the magic once it's been sprinkled about. But Behringer is going to come through, I believe, with some incredibly sounding synthesizers, and I think they're going to do it at a price that I'm going to be able to want to afford. So just let me recap here. The Sequential X, it makes me want to afford it. I don't have buyer's regret. I'm always exploring some sounds with it and tweaking it. And I was just amazed when I was doing a track and I was using it, just how powerful it cut through the mix. And then there's another thing about the Sequential X. They're coming out with add-ons that you can put into it, okay, samples. And one of them is going to be just awesome, okay? It's going to bring back an old Prophet, okay? I can't wait for that one, which it already sounds really great. So the Prophet X, I think, is worth the price tag. I'm not saying it's not expensive. It is. But I think it's worth it. I think it brings something to the table that's new. How about you guys? I know I've left some out, other synthesizers, and I did so intentionally because I want you guys to share your thoughts on some synthesizers that you think that are awesome synthesizers. Okay, we're not bashing synths here. I don't like that. I don't think that's cool. I think, man, if I've seen people play music with spoons, okay, and glass and other crazy things, garbage cans. Synthesizers, I think they're all great. It's just, I think all instruments are great. It's just what the person does who has them in their hands. But share your comments. Tell me what you guys think about the synthesizers and the new ones that are coming out on the market. Forget yesterday. Forget yesteryear. Let's focus on what's coming out. It just seems like the market is exploding price-wise, and it's like crazy. And like if you want something great, you got to seem to pay a lot more for it these days than you had to before. And there are exceptions. I mean, I think the OB6 and the Prophet 6, man, I think these things were great deals. They're kind of pricey, but they're built real good, right? Okay. So anyway, that's my vlog for the day. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, and most importantly, keep calm and synth on.